Hello everyone, my name is aJaco, and this is the episode 1 of my new Sky Factory 2.4 series. Before I get started, I want to say a huge thanks over to the guys at MC&More for helping me put this thing together and for putting it up on their channel, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. I'd love some feedback in the comments and see if you guys want to see anything, or if you want to do, if you have any ideas for other modded series. So I started a little bit on this, but I'm not too far into it. As you can see, Sky Factory, the basic concept is that you're starting in a skyblock world, and you start with only one lonely little tree, such as this one, and a piece of dirt below it. And from that, you have to build an entire platform. So here you can see I have a little bit of a wooden platform started out here. I have... And this is, it is a modded pack. It is not in vanilla. So there are a lot of mods. I believe it's like 150 or something. Well, maybe a little bit less. And so you can see I can show you a little bit of the modded stuff. First, and namely, this is a void world. So if you look down, that goes straight to the void. And it was a good thing I was shifting, because otherwise I would have fallen over and died. Which would have not been good, because it would have been my first death, actually. We'll keep that in mind. Maybe we'll do a death counter throughout the series. Some other things we have here that may not look so similar or so new is this is a crafting station. It's not a crafting table. The main difference is that it can access this chest that I have over here from the crafting table, which is very handy. And it also can, if I let my crook in there, for example, and I leave, I can come back and get the rest of the supplies and then come back to the table, unlike a normal crafting table, which will spit it out. I have this little guy, which is a silkworm. I can put him in a tree, and he'll turn the tree leaves into, almost you can imagine, string leaves, and I can get string from it, which I use to make this, which is a sieve, and my bed, because you can use string, 4 string in a square like this, makes a piece of wool, if you didn't know that. That's actually not modded. I have these things over here, which are called barrels, and what you want to do with these is either you can use saplings from trees. If I had an extra sapling, I would show you. I don't. And if you use 8 saplings, it'll start turning it into a piece of dirt, and then you could, oh, look, a tree grew. Hello. Oh, maybe now I can show you. Hold on. See, here, now is a great chance to show you what the crook does. You want to use the crook when breaking leaves, because you have a higher chance of getting a sapling if you use, oh look, there's a sapling right there, a sapling or apples and silkworms, if you use a crook rather than just using your fists or waiting for them to despawn naturally. Oh, no, oh well, if we were going to start a death counter, now would be the time to do it. Okay, maybe we'll put something up or do something in the description, but first death. Oh, and looks like all of my trees grew while I was dead. That's good, I guess. Okay, well, I need new crooks now, so now you can see. Convenient thing about crooks. Let's say I wanted 3 crooks, 3 pieces of wood each, because each crook... Oh, whoops, I only have 1, 2, 3. Actually, I want 4 crooks. So let's make 4, because they're made of wood, so they don't last very long. Each recipe with 2 wooden planks makes 4 sticks, and each, if I can click properly, each group of 4 sticks makes 1 crook. So each recipe of sticks makes a full crook. So you just do the recipe as many times as you want crooks, and you should be good to go. By the way, the death thing is why I have 2 saplings in a chest that I didn't want to use as extras, because just in case of something like this happened and I did die, I wanted to make sure I still had saplings so I didn't run out. Now, I'm just warning you in advance. I am playing a skyblock, so, you know, I hope it doesn't, but it may get to a point if I'm early on, I make a stupid mistake, and I could ruin the entire world, or I can mess something up big time. I just want you guys to know in advance that if that does happen, I do plan on cheating. I do not plan on starting a new world. I put a lot of effort into starting this world. I don't particularly love survival. I'm more of a creative man myself, but I was considering starting to try a survival world, but I'm not risking losing the entire thing just because something bad happened or I made a stupid mistake. So here you can see from those 2 trees we got 3 saplings. We would have gotten 6, although I died with 3 of them on me. So now we can break the logs for the wood. I should make a wooden axe. I wonder how I haven't done that. There may be a mod that kind of messes them up, so I have to look into that. If it doesn't, though, maybe I'll do that. I could probably do it now. I have enough wood. It's not like it's such a huge waste. Yeah, okay. Hold on. I'm going to finish cutting these down, and then I'm going to see how that sounds. So, to the crafting bench. Wood planks, and let's go, couple sticks. Oh, this is a fun little thing, actually. I haven't really been using it yet, but this mod over here, this one that adds all this stuff, it's called NEI, which you can see up there, and it stands for Not Enough Items, and it's basically an ultimate crafting guide right within your inventory. So if I were to look up axe, and I can see iron axe, wooden axe, that's what I'm looking for. So if I just click on that, that's the uses. If I I click on it. Sorry, I left clicked by accident. If you left click on it, it'll show you what it can do. So if I left click on, let's say, the axe head, it shows me that I can melt it into fluid.fairy.molten. Okay, maybe that's a little bit work in progress. But if I right click on it, it shows me that I make it by putting fluid.fairy.molten into a broadhead axe cast. And this, by the way, the two machines that you saw were from a mod called Tinker's Construct, which basically allows you to create a whole multitude of new tools and weapons and all really, really cool stuff. Just, you can see all of these with the exception of these. These are not Tinker's Construct, but almost all of these are from Tinker's Construct. Actually, I have another mod called Wayla. I think it's Wayla, yeah. That you can see sort of Tinker's Construct. You can see how it says Tinker's Construct there. It has the item. But I want just a regular wooden axe right now. So we're going to go wooden axe. And if I shift click on this question mark. Oh, I don't have it in my inventory. Oh, whoops. Okay. So let's get the sticks and the wooden planks. Now if I shift click in my inventory, it'll put all the necessary things in there. And if I want to make more than one, it'll put all the possible, but it will not use... See how it didn't use all of the oak planks, but it used all the sticks? That was because there would have been leftover oak planks, so it didn't put them in. But if you're missing required ingredients, or one of them happens to be something that doesn't stack, it won't work properly, and in that case, you'll have to settle for right-clicking it, which will show you these aren't actual items. They're ghost items that are sort of, if you can imagine, a placeholder showing you where you need to put the actual items. And I'm going to make another axe just in case this one runs out, which it most likely will. And I'm just going to put the rest of the wooden pieces back. Yeah, and you can see I opened the inventory again. Oh, there's another sapling there. Okay. So I'm going to use the first 2 saplings, obviously, to plant new ones. And I can use the rest of them. Oh, look, this one already has a little bit of compost in it. So if I click function to turn on Wayla, you can see at the bottom there, right above Xnilo, which is the mod, it says collecting material 37.5%. If I put these 2 extra saplings in there, it goes up to 62. Now, I believe it's 8 saplings. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's 8 saplings. So another 3 and I should be good. And it'll start composting and turning into a piece of dirt. And I can use that dirt to grow more trees and more trees and more trees. Now, if you're wondering why I have these trees on the other side of the barrels and not on this side with the rest of them, it's because I didn't want these trees to touch, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to take something here called a silkworm, and I'm going to take this little silkworm, and I'm going to put you right around in the middle right there. And so now it says this leaf is infesting 5%, 6%, 7%, and so on. Once it gets to a higher percentage, I'm not sure if it needs to be 100 or not. Once it gets to a higher percentage, it's going to start infesting other of the leaves around it. And once all of the leaves are fully infested, they turn white when they're fully infested. And if you use a crook on them, you get a piece of string from it. Now I can use that string to make something like this sieve. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention what the sieve does. So the sieve, basically, I can use all sorts of different materials: dirt, soul sand, netherrack, sand, gravel, and each one does different things. I click on it, and I imagine it kind of shakes out the dirt to see what's inside. So I can get a couple different things. Actually, I think I can see using any eye. So if we were to go to dirt, and we were to go to left click, we can go to, see, this is all the different machines and what the X-Nilo sieve. So we can see that from sifting dirt, we can get stones, melon seeds, sugarcane seeds, carrot seeds, pumpkin seeds, rubber tree seeds, wheat seeds, spruce seeds, acorn. Acorn? I don't know what the acorn does. Acacia seeds, grass seeds, birch seeds, and potato seeds. And all of these seeds are used to get the plants, and you need to do all of that by sifting dirt. Now these stones, which are a little less self-explanatory, here, let's click on them and we can see, oh, they're made by either hammering stone or stone bricks, and they're used to make cobblestone. So every 4 stones you get can make a piece of cobblestone, which is very important because using cobblestone, you can get a grindstone, you can get a furnace. These are bad examples because cobblestone is used in a lot of different things, but you can use a survivalist generator, which is a basic generator for electricity, which a couple different mods use in this pack. You can use it to get stone tools, which is important. Most importantly is a furnace, which is what I was thinking. Now, it looks like another tree grew. Yes, it did. Okay. Oh, also, another thing is, if you notice, these 2 barrels that I'm using for compost have oak slabs on the top of them, which is a little weird. But that's because when it rains, these barrels all got filled up with water, but these 2 didn't because they were covered. And once I get enough materials that I can create sorry, I can't talk. Once I get enough materials that I can create a bucket, I can use these barrels to get water, which is very important because otherwise I would have no other way of getting it. So I'm just going to quickly cut down this tree. I'm going to cut that out and I'm going to be right back. And we're back. I'm sorry, I just got to cut that tree down. And you can see now the leaves have started to infect other leaves. This is a fully infested one. I'm sorry, I've been calling it infected. These are a fully infected one. This one's at 9%. This one's at 60%. But you can see it's slowly moving to all the leaves. But the reason I didn't want it touching is because any leaves that are touching can get infested. And if a leaf is infested, you can get string from it, but you can't get any saplings. And if I did that, I would eventually run out of saplings. So we're just going to put this extra sapling from the tree I cut down in the compost. And I realized one thing I never showed you was something that's actually very, very helpful at the beginning when you only have 1 or 2 pieces of dirt and very limited tree growing. And that is that if I'm going to open to F5, is that torquing is actually quite useful. So I'm just going to torque it up a little bit. And I want you to pay very close attention to the saplings. And just while we're doing this, I think this is going to be the last thing for today's episode. Did you see over by one of the saplings there was a little bit of a green sparkle? I'll do it for a little bit longer, but we're going to I want you to look very carefully. Oh, and look, one of the trees grew. Now that green sparkle that made the tree grow and that made this one sparkle and this one grow actually has the same effect as bone meal. And because you don't really have bone meal, but they don't want trees taking forever, they made it so that if you twerk hard enough, it'll actually apply a little bit of a bone meal effect to your trees. So you know what? I think that's going to be the end of this episode, but I want to thank you guys all for watching. If any of you are interested in playing Sky Factory for yourselves, I'm going to link, it's on the AT launcher, so I'm going to leave a link to that in the description. I'd love to hear some feedback if you guys are interested in this series, if you guys are excited for it, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye!